a short version, pretty much, as compared to some of them in the past. Because I'm going to another hands-off rally, and I have to end the stream at 11, because someone's picking me up at 11:20 to go to New Haven Green. Let's see who'll be the first to show up. Will there be trolls? I hope not. Again, like I always say, if you're vegan curious, you're welcome here. But if you're an anti-vegan troll, get out. Trump supporters, get out too. I don't abide either one. Let's see who'll be the first person in the chat today. Hey Martin, how's it going? Yeah, I'm just gonna do till 11, go to 11, and then that's it, because of the rally. I made another sign. It says, hands off everything. Stand up against fascism, stand up for democracy, decency, and the rights of all of us. I don't think you could see it. I mean, it'd be backwards. But there you go. So, let's see what to talk about today. Oh, food will probably be mentioned eventually, of course. It wouldn't be Saturdays with Skywalker without mentioning food. Food Torture Club. Thank you, Martin. Oh, on the third Friday of every month, our local state rep has what she calls Coffee with Kara at a local diner, and the public is welcome to come and talk about issues that are concerning to them. So yesterday was the longest one that I've ever been to, as long as I've been going to them. 3 hours. Oh. Saturday with Food Walker, that's a good one. I was sitting mostly for 3 hours yesterday. It's like, oh my God. But today I'll be doing a lot of walking, hopefully, at the rally, like the last time 2 weeks ago. Hopefully a lot of people will show up. Because we can't just sit back and do nothing. We've got to fight back with peaceful protests. Oh, shoot. Gotta get a drink. And I found out that new channel I discovered recently, Bren Social, that I got a free member. Somebody gifted me a free membership for a month. He's vegan. I was looking at some of his older, videos. And I guess him and his family are vegan. He's from Canada. Hi, Josie. I'm okay. Just my back wasn't yesterday for a while, sitting for 3 hours at that meeting or gathering, because I brought up the fact that I'm, concerned about heating oil. Well, because the energy assistance program is in jeopardy here because of Schittler. So Tuesday I go to my next appointment with my licensed clinical social worker to discuss things. I never had to see one before, but with the way things are this year, it's good thing though my blood pressure is always good. It's just the anxiety. Let's see. I think what to talk about. Oh, today it's going to be 80 degrees. Yikes. That's not normal for April. It shouldn't be that until June. Well, that's not a nice thing to say, that you hate me. Why are you here if you say you hate me? That doesn't make any damn fucking sense. Yeah, I wonder if Chip is doing any live streams today, if he's gonna have trolls annoying him. Yeah, I know, it's crazy, Josie. It's, this is more like I said, June weather for here, for New England. But see, that's the global warming thing, the climate crisis. And people don't believe it's a real thing. Exactly, Martin. That's not nice to say you hate somebody. Oh, he doesn't? Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm only doing this till 11 because going to that rally. And I'm going to go to every rally that I can get to. Keep it up. Because, like I said, we cannot allow what's going on. He is hurting this country in every way possible. And like, even I saw where the UK doesn't even want him to come visit England. And it's like, oh boy. This is total insanity what's going on in this country, and I still can't believe it. It's only been, what, 3 months? Tomorrow it'll be 3 months since that felon got into the White House again. He belongs in the big house, not the White House, that's for sure. Sometimes I wish if I could afford it, I'd move to another country. But I can't do that. I don't have the money. People tell me, save money for oil. Yeah, I figured out if I tried to save money for an oil delivery, like for the whole heating season, the whole winter, it probably cost me about $2,000 because the oil company they won't deliver anything less than 100 gallons. And when I did do that just recently, earlier this year, it cost me like around $400, I think it was, for one delivery. And with what Schindler's doing, the price of oil is going to go way up, so it's going to cost a hell of a lot more. Last year, my landlady talked about converting my side of the duplex to gas instead of oil. And, but she never got around to it because she said it would cost about $5,000 or $6,000 to do that. But then neither one of us, I wouldn't have to worry about running out of oil if they run out of money, because I could pay the gas company myself if I had to. I don't know what the difference is, how much it would cost. I'd have to look into it, how much. But the prices are going to go up, so even if I do that now, it's not going to make any difference like come October or November. Deer Hunter, by your name, you don't sound like you're vegan. If you're an animal abuser by killing deer, you're not vegan. Are you vegan? They're commenting in Spanish? I don't see that, Martin. I didn't notice that. That's weird. I don't see it on my end. Well, Deer Hunter, you need to answer my question. It's simple enough. Are you vegan? And like I said, by your username, you're not vegan if you're murdering deer. You know, if you can't answer a simple question, then get out. Go. If you can't answer, leave. Because I don't tolerate anti-vegan trolls, and if that's what you are, then you can get out. I can get you the fuck out of here. Oh. What is that? I know hola means hi, but what does the other part mean? I don't know that much Spanish. I know a couple of few words. What am I getting? Spanish trolls now or something? Jeez, that is odd. And that one can't answer my question. So oh, that's what that is. Yeah, I don't know who said that, but I don't tolerate anti-vegan trolls or Trump supporters. So if you're either one of those, JR straight, then you can go. Are you a vegan? I always ask that, like Rick Grimes on The Walking Dead. How many walkers have you killed? Well, how are you vegan? Oh, geez. I'm sorry to hear that, Josie. I know trolls can be so annoying. They're pathetic. That's why I can't abide them. I can't stand trolls or Trump supporters. Now, the vegan curious, I don't mind. If you're not vegan yet, but you're curious about it, genuinely curious, then that's good. I'll answer questions. But if people are just going to say stupid shit, then nope. Nope, I don't. Oh, boy. Well, if you're a vegan, you know what vegans eat. We don't eat anything. What we don't eat is any animal flesh or any products that come from them. Eggs, dairy, honey, gelatin. We do eat healthy food, fruits and vegetables, grains, rice, beans, lentils, potatoes, anything that doesn't have any animal products in it. And it's not, that's right, Martin, it's not a diet. Veganism is the belief that animals are not here for us to use or abuse in any way. And that includes eating them, wearing them, no fur, leather, wool, silk, down, mohair, angora, or cashmere, or feathers. Buying, when possible, if you can, products that are not tested on animals and that are also vegan. And also not going to circuses, zoos, aquariums, rodeos, horse racing, anything that exploits animals we don't go to. And it's so easy to be vegan in every way. It's not hard. Not hard at all. Because if you really care about animals and your health is secondary, but true vegans do it because we care about animals, and we want to abolish their exploitation, commodification, and enslavement. And you can get a vegan starter kit from PETA. They'll send you one for free. It's a couple of booklet type things, like little magazines to read up about what products that are vegan, that are plant-based, I should say. Yeah, just contact PETA. Oh, you're an asshole. JR Straight. I saw that. Oh, good. Thank you, whoever handled that. That's... Yeah, thank you for overhandled that idiot. Kamala would have been much better than this shithead Shitler in office now. Anybody that supports him is an idiot, a moron, and a fucking loser, just like he is. And these idiot Trump supporters that deflect and mention stuff that Biden did or Clinton did, like one of my dumb friends said, it's deflection. It's a typical Trump supporter hat trick. They deflect from the real issue. It doesn't matter now what somebody in the past did as far as presidents go, like Biden or Clinton or anybody. It's what matters now. What's happening now is what we need to worry about. And if people aren't worried about what's going on, then, oh, that's your problem, not mine. If you don't have any worries about heating your home, being able to, pay for medication, pay for your rent and for food, then good luck to you. Great. That's great. You don't have to worry about that. Not everybody is so lucky. And I fucking hate Trump and Vance and Musk. They need to be taken to the nearest black hole, or they need to be deported somewhere to a gulag in Siberia or something. I'm thinking about wearing that shirt I posted, Don't Test on Me, with the little mouse, to the rally today. Because since it's going to be warm, I need to wear short sleeves, lighter weight pants. Of course, right now it's in the 50s out here, but the house is still cool. So let's see, what shall we talk about? Anybody got any, want to talk about anything in particular? Any jokes, anything funny? Because we all need a sense of humor. It's important to have that nowadays. So... So anyway, earlier I mentioned about that new channel I just found recently, Brent Social, who's a one-man band, a young man from Canada who is amazingly talented. And I saw an old video of his where he says his family's vegan, so that's good. Oh, Josie, well, I guess they're okay. Like the other day I mentioned to this one friend of mine, about my heating issue. She says, I'm glad I don't have that problem. Now, that's not a nice thing to say to somebody. You would be more empathetic, but see, she's not a vegan. She does drink almond and oat milk, but she's not vegan at all. Not even fully plant-based. I keep telling her about the waffles I buy that don't have any eggs or dairy, but she still buys the other kind that do. So it just goes, it's kind of a long-running thing. I say things, she knows about the situations with, the dairy and egg industries and everything, but it just goes in one ear and out the other. And I shared some of the stuff I got from the Salvation Army food bank the other day with a friend and neighbor of mine. I gave her half a loaf of this sour rye bread and some tea bags and a thing of oatmeal. And what else was it? A couple other things. Because I've got plenty of food in the house right now, but it's good to get, stock up on non-perishables. They got some lasagna noodles from there, so not this month, next month, I'll probably make some, or I might do it this month, I don't know, vegan lasagna. I might. But I might wait till next month so I can get some the vegan shredded mozzarella to put on it. My neighbors right next door in the duplex, they're not vegan for sure. I guess they're okay. I think he works sometimes, the husband. But I don't know too many of my neighbors. The ones right next door to me and my friend the next house down. And that's about it. Yeah, that's bad, Josie, especially if they're talking about eating animals. I wonder how many lambs are going to be murdered for people's Easter dinner tomorrow. I'm not making anything out of the ordinary tomorrow. I don't bother with that. And think about the poor little lambs. They're only babies. How old are they? 3 months old, 3 months old, I think, when they're murdered. I would rather have lambs over to share my dinner. I'd fix them something tasty. The lambs and their mothers. I would never. I wouldn't want to separate them like these, other people do. I mean, if I could just have a ewe and a lamb over to share a meal with, that would be cool. And when Thanksgiving comes, have some turkeys over for dinner, not as dinner. That's what I'd rather do. I'd rather have these animals over for dinner. Make something tasty for dessert, like my pumpkin custard. I use either oat or almond milk in it. Or make them a pie or something. Or just some fresh berries. Speaking of berries, I thought about getting a strawberry plant to put in my little garden out back. I already got beans in one bin, green beans. The other one I planted 2 tomato plants and some cilantro. And in the third bin I put spinach and radish seeds that I had. I hope they're still good. Hopefully it'll work this time. I can get some radishes and spinach. Then I have a nice salad with tomatoes, spinach, radishes in it, beans even, some cilantro. So I hope my future salad bowl works out okay. Because I got the kind of tomatoes that are called beefsteak. That's the only kind of steak I eat, are beefsteak tomatoes. Because a few years ago I had planted some of them and they were delicious. Nice fresh garden tomatoes. Food torture, Martin, if you're still here. That's why I also want to avoid, if I can, when possible, not to be around people eating animals. I sold someone this grill. Well, they haven't picked it up yet because they need a bigger car to put it in, but that belonged to my stupid ex. And I sold it to this someone, and because they want to have barbecues this summer, but I'm not going because I don't want to be around people, even if they did grill something that was vegan, plant-based. Still, I'd be around people eating dead animals, and I wouldn't want it put on the same grill as animal flesh. So, and that's perfectly fine with me. on the rare, and now it's going to be very rare occasions that I eat out, I'll go by myself. As if somebody comes to lunch with me, they're going to have to eat what I, something vegan and not dead animals. I know, trolls are all over the place. We need to deport the trolls somewhere. To the moon. Or find a deserted island that's totally deserted, no animals on it, and send the trolls there. Let them eat coconuts. Oh, boy. Yeah, send them to Mars along with Mussolini and Hitler and the whole Gestapo, too. All of them. And all the idiots that voted for him and still support him. They all belong on Mars. Get them off this planet. Because, it seems to me, and I think probably a lot of people feel the same way too, that the damage Hitler is doing, not only to our country, but to other countries with the tariffs and all that crap, I think it's going to be irreparable. I don't think it'll take a long time before things return to any state of normalcy like it used to be. Oh, hey, Martin. Glad you're back. Yeah, sometimes I say I have to pee before I queue. Yeah, I think the damage is pretty much irreparable, what's going on. I don't blame countries like China for reciprocating. And like I saw this video where this, I don't know, I forgot what his name was, some Chinese leader or something was saying that China's been around for 5,000 years and this country's only been around like 250. I mean, China did fine without the United States, and they can do fine again. They don't need us. We need them more than they need us. Oh, boy. Oh. I'm just a little bit tired because I don't get enough sleep like I should, like I used to. But once I get to heading to that rally later, I'll wake up because I get energized from the crowds. And I'm going to try to make a video too, like I did 2 weeks ago, to post it. Maybe try to make a longer video. But they said there won't be any megaphones or speeches for this one. Just lots of signs and whatever. Just people. So see how it is. But I will post something. Excuse me. Oh. So what shall we talk about? Got another hour. Yep, another hour. And then I'll end the stream. Oh, I tried watching that show Mayfair Witches based on the Anne Rice novels, but to be honest, I was very much underwhelmed by it. I did love House of the Dragon season 2. That was the best of the 3 series that I watched recently. I tried to watch Severance. It's just not my cup of tea. It's fine if other people like it. That's great, but it's just not my cup of tea. House of the Dragon was great season 2, but Severance and Mayfair Witches, nope. Won't be watching them again. Now I went back to watching Prison Break season 2. Now that show is so good. If anybody who hasn't seen it yet, I highly recommend it. If you like a thriller, mystery, crime drama, like all rolled up into one, it's very, very good. And people that were in it ended up on other shows, like Sarah Wayne Callies, that played Dr. Sarah Tancredi on Prison Break, went on to play Laurie Grimes on The Walking Dead. Rockman Dunbar, a main cast member who played they called him C-Note, Benjamin Miles Franklin, he ended up playing Sheriff Eli Roosevelt on Sons of Anarchy. And Kim Coates, that played Tig on Sons of Anarchy, was in a couple of episodes of Prison Break. Also in 2 episodes was Kaylee Cuoco, who played Penny on Big Bang Theory. And who else? There was Patricia Wettig. I think she was on 30-something. I never watched it, but she played President Caroline Reynolds on the show, on Prison Break. And let's see, who else? Well, Wentworth Miller, of course, and Dominic Purcell played Michael Schofield and Lincoln Burrows. Oh. 22, let's see, what would that be for my time here for Cam? Because I'll be at that rally. It's from 12 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. So 2,200 hours your time is 10 o'clock, right? 10 p.m.? So that would be 4 p.m. here. Oh, that's cool. About BPM. So like Cam's would be 4 p.m. my time on the East Coast. And I'll be home by then, thankfully, if that's the case. Yeah, 22 hours, 2,200 is 10 p.m. So there's 6 hours difference. Yeah. I know I hit the notification for Cam's Tofu TV. Yeah, so I'll watch them later. I think it's so cool about that new channel I've been mentioning, Bren Social. Now I know, it's even cooler now that I know he's vegan, but he's amazing. He can do just about any song. I requested one the other night, Raise Your Glass, and I forgot to specify that it was by Pink. Because apparently Katy Perry has a song by the same name, but I wanted the Pink one. He thought, it was funny, he thought I meant for him to take a drink, to stay hydrated, drink of water. Yeah, it's confusing with the time differential between here and Australia. I don't know what time it would be his time and the time here. Oh boy. I don't want to miss it. Next month coming up, I've got an appointment to make arrangements for my living will, so people will know what to do. should anything happen to me. And because that's a very important thing to put in place so that your family and loved ones, friends, and whatnot won't be going crazy like, what do we do now? What do they want? What do they want done? You get things put down, set down, put it in place. Like if it's a situation, like in my case, if I'm ever in a situation where, just as an example, if I was in a coma and I was, there was no chance of me coming out of it, or if I did, I'd be, a total vegetable, so to speak. No, don't just unplug me. But if it's just something where, where I can be resuscitated and I'd be fine, that's a different matter. But it's good to put these things, like, for example, what I want done with my belongings, I would want them donated among different groups. Like Goodwill. One of my favorite thrift stores is called My Sister's Place, the Vietnam Vets of America, and so forth. Yeah, I'm going to do that after Martin. I'll click on his channel. Because I did notice, I hit the notification for it, but I gotta go back and see what time it would be here. Yeah, I remember you, Amadeus. Rock me, Amadeus. Yeah, I remember. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. I love classical music too. I like all kinds, but I love classical. Oh, Bach, Beethoven, Mozart, Vivaldi. One of my favorite pieces is Air on the G string. I like Moonlight Sonata. And it's going pretty good, relatively speaking. I'm going to another hands-off rally this afternoon, so that's why my stream is going to end at 11, because a friend, the friend I went with 2 weeks ago to the rally in New Haven, she's going to pick me up at 11:20. Oh, Josie, I'm not worried about death. I am going to be 63, but it's like we never know what's going to happen. People can die at a younger age, at any age, in fact. And so it's good to put in place a living will, so you appoint someone that you trust to take care of things when you can't. And that's what I'm doing. It's just being pragmatic and practical to have that in place, so that people don't know, if something happens to you, it's like, and you can't tell anybody what you want done, you need somebody to be your advocate, like, because we don't know our expiration date, and there's, things can happen, accidents happen. There's all so many factors that make it important to have that in place. It doesn't matter how old you are to do it. You can do it at any age, so And like, I don't have any younger relatives that I know of. And most of my friends are older than me. So I picked our local state rep, Kara. I asked her a while back about that, and she agreed. I just got to send her an email with what basically I'm going to be wanting her to take care of. So, because my dad had a massive heart attack at 59. Well, my mom was 85 going on 86 when she died, so that was... It's still sad, but, And then, but my brother, one of my brothers, he was 10 years older than me. He died when he was 69. So you just never know. You know? Yeah, so, I think the seed pack, or the thing that came with the tomatoes, said it'll take about 3 months for them to produce fruit. So that'll be in July, but, you know, I can wait. But it'd be nice to go out and pick. If everything grows like I anticipate, radishes, spinach, beans, tomatoes, and cilantro, that's a salad right there. Oh, I also put in the snap peas, the ones that climb up. I put them near there's these metal poles out in back of the house. I think a former tenant had a little, vineyard out back. But I put some pea seeds in the corner of 2 of the bins near the metal pipes, so that when they start growing, I could train them to go up the pipe. Because, oh, that's good, Martin. Another Martin Originals. I always look forward to those. Yeah, the last couple of those last recent shorts I did, I was just being goofy. The one with that bear's head, I had that as a draft from I don't know when. I figured, oh, let me post it just for ha-has. Oh, it's quiet around here, thankfully. Sometimes there's somebody that has something on their car. I don't know what the hell it is, but it sounds like it's backfiring, but it sounds like gunshots. I don't know, it's stupid. Whoever does that, why the hell do they have to do something like that? Anybody know any jokes? Hi, Laura. That's weird, Martin. That you can't comment on my shorts. Yep, that's right. Vegan for the victims. That's like, I told Laura, I told one of my friends that's not vegan about what happens to the animals and everything, but it's a personal choice. I said personal choice ends when there's a victim, and there's victims. She does, she's the one that drinks oat milk and almond milk, but still buys other animal-based products. That's good, Martin. Yeah, that trend of people doing that, talking to the moon thing, I thought it was funny. Just had to add my take on it. Yeah, probably be doing more bubble and squeak things. I just gotta think of other things for them to do. But it's so funny because they give you 3 to 4 options, and you can even try again. And it's funny how sometimes the bee is bigger than the mouse, sometimes the mouse is bigger than the bee, which is normal. That's funny. Oh. I don't know. Trying to decide what else to talk about here. I mean, I go over the same ground sometimes. That's why I was asking if anybody had any jokes. I don't care if they're fresh or stale or dad jokes, whatever. Doesn't matter. I wish I could do more impressions. I can do a few, but I've already done them before. Yeah, Martin, that's true. I may not look like it, but I'm revved up for this rally. I'm just tired. But I'll get energized. Like 2 weeks ago, walking around, some of the streets around the New Haven Green were blocked off so we could march around. So. And my friend Kara, our local state rep, she was there 2 weeks ago too. She said yesterday, it's good to get out and, especially people in this country. Everybody that can needs to go out and peacefully protest. Because I do it also for those that can't do it. Like a friend of mine isn't able to get to a rally, so it's like I do it for people like that can't. Even, people that I don't even know that are like homebound or something like that, or in a nursing home type of situation. The rest of us needs a rally for them too. That's a good one, Martin. Yeah, exactly. Talking about bull. I saw, I think it was on the Dodo's channel. I don't know, one of them channels. There was a bull. He now weighs 2,200 pounds, but he's like a big old puppy dog. He loves to be petted and everything, get the chin scritches, and he purrs. It sounds like a grumbling, but it's a grumbling purr. And chickens purr too. So people that still eat chickens need to look at a chicken, and if they have a cat companion, they ought to see their cat instead of a chicken, and then maybe they won't eat chickens. I think I may have a splinter. Under this fingernail. I can't see it too good. My eyesight isn't the best. I mean, I can see, but it's like I can't tell if there's a splinter there. I know it's a minor thing, but it's always good to get those things out because it can cause an infection. It can cause a lot of trouble, but because I staked my tomatoes. No, they're not vampires, but for support. I've always put some kind of wooden stake or something to tie them to so they have support when they grow. I was going to get 4 tomato plants, but where I went to get them, they wanted $5 a piece, so I only bought 2. Because I got to watch my money. But there's one thing I want to do next Friday, the 25th. I am going to see Revenge of the Sith in the theater because it's the 20th anniversary since its release. And I only ever saw most of the movies I saw on DVD. The original trilogy I saw at the theater, and then The Rise of Skywalker I saw at the theater. And but I want to see Revenge of the Sith on the big screen. And it's only going to be like $9 at the theater because I called the one at the Connecticut Post Mall in Milford, the Cinemark Theater, and it's the first showing is at 10:30 a.m. next Friday, so I'm going. I am going, and a friend of mine's going too, because I need a ride there. Because the buses don't go there where I am. They don't go. In order to go, if I ever had to go myself, I would have to go downtown to downtown New Haven, catch the bus that goes out to Milford to the mall. So, but a friend of mine, we're gonna go, and I'm gonna enjoy myself. I'll sneak in a snack because I'm not buying their popcorn. I don't want butter on it anyway, not regular butter. I'll just bring in something to drink, because they charge you more for like a popcorn and a soda than the movie ticket. So I just want to pay for the movie ticket. Mauricio Sanchez. I don't know what that means. I have no idea. Could you please translate that for me? No clue what that means. Are you a vegan too? Oh. At a thrift store, I did buy this CD, Billie Holiday. I have a couple of her CDs. She's one of my all-time favorites. But this one has 19 songs, some of which I don't have on the other CDs. So I always check to make sure there's actually a CD or a DVD when I buy them from these, thrift stores, because a couple times, it doesn't happen that often, but a couple times in the past, I open it up and there's nothing in there. Somebody just steals it, leaves the empty case, which isn't very nice. I mean, if they have to steal from a thrift store, how low is that? Well, Mauricio, I guess you're not here anymore, but you didn't hear what I said. I asked for you to translate what you wrote, because I don't know what that is, what that means. And I asked you if you're vegan. If you're still here, could you please answer? Get some more water. Not too many people here today. So maybe it's a good thing this is going to be a shorter one, because there's not too many people showing up. It's good to have some kind of interaction here. there's going to be another rally on May 1st. I think that's International Workers' Day. I'm going to go to that. That's on the green, but it's at between 5 and 7 p.m. It'll still be light then because this, it's starting to stay lighter longer. Yeah, where is everybody? Because I made that addition that I said, wait, there will be a live stream. Like, wait. Like that song, wait. Oh, jeez. What we have here is a failure to communicate. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. And when it comes to Trump supporters, stupid is as stupid does. Yeah, I watched Joey Carbstrong's latest. He's certainly got a lot of courage, him and his team, to document what happens to those poor pigs. Yeah, Josie, I agree. Life can be a horror movie. Especially for animals in slaughterhouses. And like for people here in this country you never know when the Gestapo's going to come kidnap somebody and either deport them or disappear them or send them to a concentration camp. That's pretty scary shit. Real life stuff, Like, I know that stuff happens in movies, but this is happening in real life. They want to take away free speech, but they're not going to do it without a fight. Because we have a right to free speech and a right to peacefully protest. Exactly. There's no escape for them. They try to, and very few do successfully escape. Those are the lucky ones. The ones that try to get away and think they're free, they get caught. And it's just like, I can't even imagine what it would be like to be in their hooves or little feet like chickens. And then the fashion industry too. Like I've seen that video where rabbits are watching their kind being slaughtered murdered in front of their eyes. Exactly. Yep. And we have like peacefully protesting for whoever, animals, people. It's all the same basically because animal rights are human rights and human rights are animal rights if you look at it, because we have no right to do to them. If it's wrong to do those same things to humans, like rape and kill and steal from them, kidnap their children, it should be wrong to do it to animals. But because they don't have any protection, especially the quote-unquote farmed animals, it's all right in the eyes of the law for that. But now, it's wrong no matter what. But like people get so outraged when there's abused dogs, cats, horses, whoever. But when it comes to the pigs, chickens, cows, turkeys, etc., sheep, goats, people don't get so, some of them don't care. They're speciesist. But it's wrong to do anything to any animal. like the ones that recent shorts from PETA about the camels and horses in Egypt being beaten and abused, and they found the mummified remains of a horse hidden from tourists. And those poor camels, they don't get any veterinary care. Like in that one short, there was a horse trying to get a drink of water. There was nothing in the thing. No water. Exactly, Josie. They do need to change soon. Sooner the better, because this can't go on. This has got to stop. And people need to, non-vegans need to stop being so damn selfish and care more about their taste buds, their palate, than these animals' lives. What is it, like a few minutes of fleeting taste pleasure? And that's it. Those animals suffer. Their abbreviated lives suffer imaginable. Life has suffering, but we can't get rid of all suffering, but when we can, we should. And animals deserve to be protected. These non-vegans need to be so damn selfish and care only about themselves. They claim, it's like blah, they either don't want to hear about it or it's a personal choice, but it stops being personal choice when there's victims, or they're just so stuck in a rut they can't even get out of it. And it's just pure laziness and selfishness, in my opinion. There's no reason not to be vegan. There's no freaking reason. We don't have to eat animals. We don't have to wear them. We don't have to support their torture in labs for whatever reason. Have products tested on them. That's why one of the reasons why they use rabbits to test like shampoo in their eyes is because they don't have tear ducts. So they can't wash out the chemicals that's put in their eyes. And we don't need to go to a zoo or a circus or rodeo or aquarium. Exactly, Josie. And those animals don't choose to die. Plain and simple. There's that car again driving around with the backfiring or something. The muffler sounds like gunshots almost. So stupid. Anyway. And the cops, you think the cops would stop that guy because that's annoying. That's a public disturbance, I would think. Well, that's good, Josie. Yeah, I only use vegan makeup. I make sure it says PETA approved or whatever, the Leaping Bunny. I haven't worn eye makeup in a while because I have this issue with this eye. There's that bump. And I've told my eye doctor about it, but they mentioned about having to go somewhere else to get it taken care of, but they never gave me the name of the doctor. But I've never been to a zoo. The only time I was at a circus, I was only 8 years old. My parents took me to the Ringling Brothers Circus at the New Haven Coliseum when it was still there. That was back in 1970, but that was before I knew anything about what was done with those animals. But after that, I never went to a circus again. And aquariums. If people want to learn about wildlife or specific species, watch nature documentaries where the people go out and non-invasively record the natural lives of these animals. That's where I learned a lot about animals, by reading books and by watching nature documentaries on public TV. I've read a lot of books about wolves and a few about coyotes. But it's good to watch nature documentaries. I've never been to a rodeo in my life. Stopped going long time ago, many years since I've been to like a fair. Because when I did go with my mother, we stopped going because it got to the point where walking too much wasn't good for her. She couldn't walk too far. And this one particular fair, we used to go to the Durham Fair in Connecticut. There was hills, not big hills, but anyway. Hi, Marcos. Glad you're here. Hello. Yeah, Josie, I know it's hard when when you watch a nature documentary and, like, say, a group of lionesses kill a zebra, but they don't have the choice. The way I look at it is they don't have the choices we do, and we can't interfere in what nature does. Leave wildlife alone, but stop breeding domesticated animals. Just let nature take care of itself. It's been doing that before people were here. I mean, before people started interfering and murdering wolves and cougars because of the ranchers and farmers didn't want them killing their quote-unquote livestock. But see, most animals in the wild are either herbivores or omnivores, and there's, of course, carnivores, but we can't change them because they can't. Certain wild animals I'm talking about can't be plant-based. No animal can be vegan, but like with in the wild, just leave them alone, because some people advocate killing carnivores, natural carnivores. You imagine what that would do? Human hunters would love that, for one thing. But everybody in the oceans eats somebody else, except for like manatees and dugongs, but everybody else eats somebody else. Even the little plankton, and all the raptors. It would be stupid to kill all those animals. I mean, it's just not practical either. Just leave nature alone, because they keep everything in balance, because at least they know their place in the ecosystems, whereas humans, for the most part, don't. We think we're the top of the stupid so-called food chain, which is ridiculous. And we are not the apex anyway, because sometimes people get chomped on by sharks, but they're in their home. The oceans are the sharks' homes. And if somebody gets killed by a grizzly bear, they're intruding on their home. So it's their own fault. Oh yeah, Marcos, I agree. Because personally, I don't know any vegans. None of my friends are vegan. Because even the one that is semi-plant-based still buys like mac and cheese. And I tried to tell her, because she has issues with getting food, but anyway, I tried to tell her that you're still supporting the dairy industry. I did meet 2 weeks ago at that rally, because on my one side of my sign said "Hands off the animals, go vegan." A couple of people tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Love that, love your sign." Exactly, Marcos. We don't need anything from animals. We don't deserve their forgiveness either, in my opinion. I mean, I know they would forgive us for our past sins, for eating their brethren, their kin. But yeah, there's nothing that we can't find the vegan or plant-based version of. I mean, how hard is it? I mean, even if you can't afford this, the plant-based meats and cheeses and stuff like that, the ice cream, you can still fruits and vegetables, rice, beans, lentils, potatoes, they're not that expensive. And people need to start growing their own gardens too, whether it's a small one or a big one, whatever. Like I have my little garden. It's all set. Things are planted. Just gotta sit back and wait for it to grow. I mean, as long as there's food pantries too, because went to the Salvation Army one the other day, and they already know I'm vegan and plant based and everything, and I don't take too much stuff. I got a box of 100 tea bags, black tea, store brand, just as good as any other brand of tea, for free. I shared some with a friend of mine. I got more oatmeal, big canister of oatmeal, peanut butter. Exactly, Marcos. That's why one of the things that from that food pantry, it was a container of caramelized onion and roasted garlic dip spread. I thought, because I didn't read the label until I got home, because it was kind of small writing, and it was in like an aqua color, so it was, and I saw it contained milk. I said, oh no. So I was trying to instead of throwing it out, I don't know, I should have just thrown it out, I guess, but I gave it to one of my friends. Because she knows I'm vegan, of course. And she even said, oh, you can cheat a little bit. I said, no, I will not cheat. Not the animals are more important. If I'm going to cheat on what I eat, it would be a vegan dessert, a donut. I wish there was a vegan donut shop around here somewhere. That's the only way I would cheat, is on a vegan dessert. Because I have, I'm type 2 diabetic, so I have to watch the sugar content, but I do like the Daya cheesecake. I had the key lime one recently, and that was good. That's the only way I cheat, with non-dairy products. Because real vegans stay vegan. They just don't, like some people go plant-based. They're not true vegan. Exactly. I don't, anything, and I'm not cheating with any animal flesh or anything else from animals. Nope. I always make sure there's no gelatin and stuff, because that's disgusting. But there was one place I used to get plant-based Jello years ago. But I don't know if that little store still has it, because it's in my old hometown and I can't get there myself. Yep, vegan till the very end. And I want to, when my end comes, I want to be cremated, and I want my ashes buried at a farm sanctuary. Or maybe some there, and maybe the rest, maybe I should be buried where my mom and dad and brother are buried. So, But I would like some ashes at a farm sanctuary, but maybe I'll just have, be buried where my mom and dad and brother are. And I think if my late brother was still alive, I could have, well, he was in a nursing home, but I could have, when I went to see him, I never thought about doing that before, about talking to whoever takes care of the food for them, that makes up their menu, if they could just give them vegan food, but, plant-based food. Anyway, I never cheated anything, never cheated playing cards, never cheated on anybody I was seeing. Not a cheater. Wow. Yeah, I think I would rather stick with natural food myself. There's a fire or something somewhere. I hear fire engines. It's kind of convenient. The next street over, there's a firehouse. So I forgot how many Derby has. Derby is the smallest city in Connecticut. We have 2 libraries. One is privately owned, though. But we have, I forgot how many fire stations around here, and neighboring Ansonia. Another thing coming up is next month, of course, is the Memorial Day Parade. I can sit out right outside the house here to watch it. But there's no animals in the parade, which is good. But the Renaissance Fair this year, I don't know if I'm going to go because I got to save money. And that's not a necessity, going to the Renaissance Fair. I've been the past 3 years. I think I might pass this year because it costs money to get in. I forgot how much it is, if it was $12 or $13 or $15. It depends. I'm in Derby, Connecticut, Marcos, on the East Coast. Hell Edits, are you vegan? I think I will pass on the Renaissance Fair and then the Pumpkin Festival in Seymour, because last year I went, the year before there was a truck that had plant-based food, but last year they didn't. I ended up getting French fries, which aren't the healthiest thing to eat. So I might just pass going to that too. Because 2 years ago is when I saw the group of people dressed like characters from Star Wars, like Darth Vader and Luke and Boba Fett and Rey, and there was a Wookiee there, not Chewbacca. But I think I'm gonna pass because it costs money to get food, and if they don't have that soulfully vegan, I think, yeah, that was the name of the restaurant that had a truck there 2 years ago in September. But don't know if it's going to be there this year or not. It's all up in the air. I'd rather wait and go to Compassion Fest in Hamden in October. Oh, that's cool. Wow. 4,838 months. Wow. Yeah, it is. It's so cool that we can be everywhere on this globe and be close. Oh, you name a car for an edit. How about a classic 57 Chevy. My dad had a 57 Chevy many years ago. But that's good that you're vegan. Being vegan is the only way to be. It's the thinking person's way to be. I got my critical thinking cap on. Like Sky always says. So, 10 more minutes and I gotta stop. Because I have to finish getting dressed, because I'm leaving at about 20 past 11. So 10 minutes. And then I'm going to end this. Oh yeah, Josie, I'll take pictures of it when things are growing, get to growing. I agree, Marcos. I agree. Yeah, when things start to grow, like I could take pictures like when the beans I planted start to sprout up. I could take a picture show the progression of the things growing. And when the tomatoes start coming out, it'll be a while yet, like 3 months, and the other things, I hope the spinach and radishes, well, the radishes, they're underground, of course, but when the little green shoots start coming up and the spinach starts coming up, that'll be cool. But those are older seeds, so I don't know if they're going to grow, but I figured why not give it a shot and see what happens. I still got room in that other bin. I should plant some more beans. Because it's funny, the other times, it's been a few years since I had a garden, but when I grew the green beans, I'd go out to pick some, and I think I got everybody, and then I go back out a couple days later, and there's big, long beans there. It's like, oops, you must have been hiding on me. But, I can post, like, how it develops, how things grow. Mary, quite contrary. How does your garden grow? Although my name's not Mary. Although my mom wanted my middle name to be Mary, Catherine Mary, but my dad wanted my mom's name for my middle name, so I'm Catherine Lucille. Or if I lived down south, I'd be Cathy Lou. Oh, God. And Lucille is also the name of a famous baseball bat, a Walking Dead reference, Negan. Yeah, it's fun to see how things grow, and like when my bean shoots start coming up, like they usually get about an average of maybe 18 inches high, I think. I never really measured them before, but 18 inches high, I'm thinking. The bean plants. I hope the peas start, because when they start, the little vines start growing on the pea, from the pea, I can't even talk, pea seeds. I can train them to go up that pipe and curl around it. Fresh peas are so good. Oh, I love fresh peas. Fresh beans, and I'm not going to cook them either. I'm going to eat them like they are. And I don't use any chemicals on them either. I only use like mulch, my compost, banana peels, orange peels, and the like. I pulled the stuff that had grown in the bins out, turned up the soil, freshened it up, and then I put some of the compost I had, and then I dumped some more soil because I had other buckets out there. Oh, Josephine is a pretty name. That's cool, Marcos. Lizards. I like lizards. All kinds of lizards are cute. I mean, like those frilled lizards that get up on their hind legs and run. I think the basilisk lizards are the ones that run across water. I think they call them Jesus lizards. I should plant some flowers that attract pollinators. I did one year. It's fun to enjoy nature without interfering in it. Yeah, I gotta get some, I had a mix, I got a packet of seeds one year from Earth Day, I think it was, and I planted them out in a round bucket, and they grew. I don't know, it was a mixture of seeds, but they were ones that attracted pollinators. One time, this is a long time ago because my dad's been gone almost 53 years, but we were sitting outside one day, like early evening, I guess it was, maybe, and a monarch butterfly landed on my dad's knee. I thought that was so cool. I still remember that. I don't remember how old I was. I was a youngling. So, 4 minutes, and then I'm ending this. So before I do, I want to thank everybody for showing up. I appreciate your support so much. I love my VFFs. We're a family for sure. And hope everyone has a vegan-tastic day or night wherever you are. And may the force be with you. I just wanted to say that before I end it in a few minutes. It's like time goes by fast when you're having fun. Yep, 4 minutes. So, yep, definitely will post pictures of my garden. One of the tomato plants, the little branches, a couple of them fell off. I think because it was windy the day I got them from where the outdoor part of the store where I bought them. They were in a bag, but they fell on the ground. And I think one got damaged because my friend was with me, and you'd think she would have held onto the bag for me because it was a windy day, but it's like, duh. I couldn't do that, hold on to them and try to pay for them too. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So, again, I'm going to make a video when I get to the rally, and I'll be posting it later. I'm ready. I mean, I get all hyped up when I get to the rally because of the energy from the crowd. Yep. So I'll definitely have a longer show next Saturday because I don't think there's anything on the 26th. If anything does come up, I'll let you know in a post. I wish there was somewhere around here I could get a vegan donut. I could go for one. A vegan one with chocolate frosting and sprinkles. That's what I would like. But I don't know of any places close by. Tried calling different donut shops to see if they had any vegan options, but nope. Oh well. Well, it's just about 11, so I'm gonna end this. Take care, everybody. See you next week. May the force be with you. Bye.